Well, today is March 13th. It's a Sunday. It's going to get up to 50 degrees. Now, we did have some snow last night. But today's discussion is about Lance Jochims. Now, one of my most fascinating things is Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, or I think it's Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. And one of my favorite characters is Humpty Dumpty. Now, some would say that Lance is like Humpty Dumpty. And I'll get into explaining that, but you've got to understand and keep in mind that Humpty Dumpty said to Alice the following: "When I use a word," Humpty Dumpty said in a rather scornful tone, "it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less." And Alice replied, "The question is," said Alice, "whether you can make words mean so many different things." And then Humpty replied, "The question is," said Humpty Dumpty, "which is the master, that's all." So it's kind of a bizarre little quote, but I do love it. So as all of you know who've been following along, I have indicated to Mr. Jochims that there are some remaining issues. And the first one is that he has to get a manufacturer's representative, not a contractor, not his best friend, not his wife, not somebody he feels like getting off the street, to confirm that the siding on the house was done correctly. Now, my reply, which is here, says, the first part is missing the letter from the manufacturer's representative, C2 below, and this is a, this is the mediation settlement agreement that he signed. And what it basically says is the builder, Lance Jochims, will have a manufacturer's representative inspect the siding of the residence and confirm the warranty remains intact. The builder will perform any changes or repairs to the siding indicated by the manufacturer's representative. Manufacturers shall provide written confirmation warranty after repairs or work is done. So, and here we have Lance's signature on this. And it is dated 9th of November, 2021. So Lance states that he can't get a contractor to come out and do it. Well, nobody asked him to get a contractor. But think back to Humpty Dumpty again. I know this is a little loose. I know that's true. But words mean exactly what Lance says they mean. So contractor, manufacturer's representative, sort of a Humpty Dumpty-ish kind of situation where, well, I think contractor and manufacturer's representative are the same. Now, nobody else on the planet would agree with that. Absolutely nobody. But Lance believes that's the way it is. And he says he can't find a contractor who will do it. Well, that's kind of a duh moment. No contractor who installs CertainTeed siding will, in fact, do it. They just won't. It's not their job. They don't do warranty determinations. So we suggested a fellow by the name of Paul House, who is trained by CertainTeed and certified by CertainTeed to do warranty determinations. And we've suggested to Lance. So the next thing we have to look at is Lance states, let me get the email up here. Let's see. Let's see. Now here's the email from Lance's attorney. You'll have to accept me that it is. And it's the same two items we've always had. And that's one, the siding, and two, the interior doors. And one relates to the interior doors. My client responds that the doors are in compliance with MBA standards. And the second is the siding, which we've already discussed. Well, anybody who's been following this knows that by looking at the letter, you can see Then I'll scroll down once again to the MBA standard, which says interior door margin is not parallel to the jamb. And the standard is 3/16 of an inch. Well, Lance, or some people would say Humpty Dumpty, because words mean exactly what he says they mean, feels that if it's greater than 3/16 of an inch, then it meets the standards. So it's a little hard to tell by looking at this, but this is one picture of the master bath. Now realize these are 1/16 lines, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a quarter of an inch in everywhere in the world that uses measurements. Now Lance has this picture. He has this ruler. He can see the gap. Now Humpty Dumpty would say that words mean exactly what it says they mean. The MBA, the Metropolitan Builders Association, says it has to be 3/16 of an inch or less. Well, you can tell, and I can tell, and you think Lance could tell, that this is 4/16. But remember, words mean exactly what he says they mean. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's 4/16. And let's see if we can get a better picture. This one is, which one is this? This is the master bedroom. You can sort of see we're looking at the same thing. This one is more than a quarter, less than a half of an inch. Now realize Lance has this exact same data, no different than what you have. This is bedroom number 2, same ruler, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7/16 of an inch for the gap. Let me say, for hopefully the last time, Lance has all of this, but states, just like maybe Humpty Dumpty would, that nope, meets the standards, even though you've seen the standards previously that says it has to be within 3/16 of an inch. So it always raises the question, how do you deal with somebody who simply has the philosophy of Humpty Dumpty? I don't know. I simply don't know how to deal with somebody. It's sort of like dealing with a petulant child who says, no, they've cleaned their bedroom. And you walk into the bedroom and you realize the bedroom's still not clean. But the child is stomping his feet and complaining and all this other stuff that he or she, or they or them, or we or are, whatever, has done that. So how do you deal with somebody who reality is not something that they're comfortable with? The reality is, from these pictures, as you can see, that the doors do not meet Metropolitan Builders Association standards. So my reply was basically what I've said before, and I ended it with, you are wrong regarding the 3/16 and the MBA standard, and the subject does not merit any further discussion, but does require you to correct the defects to MBA performance standards. I guess I should rewrite that. So that's going to be my philosophy. I think when you get somebody, whether it be Lance or Humpty Dumpty, who insists upon using words or thoughts incorrectly, is you can't engage them in a conversation. It simply is a waste of time. And so I'm not going to do it. I simply am done with doing it. I'm not going to reply to any more of his false statements that it meets the standards when it clearly doesn't. It sort of lends credibility to it. So I think this is my 3rd letter to him on the same subject. It was amusing. Oh God, can I find it in the email? This is what I call the pity pot conversation. I just have to add it. I'm not sure it's relevant. But he says Lance is looking for final payment. And I love this part. He spent considerable time and money completing the punch list items following the mediation. Well, I'm sorry. I know it's a sad conversation to have with anyone, but that's Lance's job. I mean, the idea that you would say, well, I spent all this money doing all of this. Well, you were contracted to have all of this done back in January of 2021. And then you said you'd have it done by April 1st, 2021. And now you have a third contract that says, oh, I'll get it done. But now you're stating because you've done all this work, and I don't understand the logic stream here, is that you've done all you have to do because you've done all this work, which you should have done over a year ago. I don't know how to deal with people who are that obtuse. And I can imagine Alice in Wonderland, or Alice Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, sort of going, what is wrong with this egg on the wall that says that words mean exactly what I say they mean? Nothing more, nothing less. I'm paraphrasing it, but you understand. So if anybody has suggestions, let me know. I did predict in my previous videos that Lance would not be able to complete the agreement he signed. And it's sort of scary that I'm getting to know him that well. And it's also refreshing that I have figured him out. As much as anybody can figure out this fellow, I figured him out. He basically draws a line in the sand, will not cross it, digs his heels into the ground and says, I'm not going to do anymore and you can't make me. Well, the fourth and final payment is still pending. Life goes on. I currently have a room rented over there at a neighbor's house because this house isn't done. You can't sleep in a house that isn't done. And we'll just go along. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm actually going to head down to Illinois to look at a really, really old car. But there'll be a video on that. It's definitely a project car, but it's going to be fun. So I love you all. Have a good time. Bye.